I'm Adena Leigh. I work in marketing for Canadian home decor company Tonic Living. I also do some decorating on the side, and this is my home. This is the first home that I purchased with my husband. We were lucky when we moved in that it had pretty good bones. It's over 100 years old, so we really wanted to bring in our personality by decorating and adding a bit of paint, and that's exactly what we did. I am exposed to a lot of beautiful spaces on a daily basis, so I think it comes down to deciding what you want to live with every day, and for me, I'm really attracted to kind of a farmhouse look. We've brought in a few elements here and there just to tie that look together, but really I think it's pretty eclectic. People love open concept homes, and I'm a big fan of them too, but they don't come without their challenges. In our entryway, I didn't want to have our coats and our shoes always just hanging out, so we added in an armoire. It feels like a beautiful piece of furniture. It looks great. Using a piece of furniture does allow you to bring in that personality that a built-in might not allow you to do. We have a chair that you can sit down, put your shoes on. We have a mirror so that you can look at yourself before you leave. And then the side table in the adjoining living room has a little catch-all for keys. So even though it's not technically a room, we really tried to make it super functional. The living room had this fireplace. I really wanted to honor the original bones and strip away the drywall. But unfortunately, the mantle behind was not in great shape. So what we did instead was a very thin brick veneer, painted it, kept the existing mantle, and added in a larger gas fireplace that has a little bit of a look of a real one, I hope. Ultimately, when we changed that, it totally altered the whole space, and it really made the biggest difference. Working with a first-time homeowner's budget, we were looking to save, and we splurged on the pieces that would stay with us so that we can bring from home to home. I've always wanted an English roll-arm sofa in oatmeal linen, and finally got my wish. I think it's super classic and timeless. We added in the pillows, of course. I think they just bring in the finishing touch, and it's honestly now one of my favorite rooms. The book nook is really one of the features of the space, funnily enough. There's this awkward little corner between the fireplace and the wall, and it was just dead space. You couldn't really do anything with it. So I came up with this solution to do floating shelves with books. I was really inspired by Bobby Brown's boutique hotel. I think it's called the George Inn. So we filled the bookcase with beautiful books. I took the dust covers off to reveal the original covers, and I think it adds a really creative element to the space. Previously, we used a round marble table that we had in our condo, but it wasn't really the right shape for the space, and we actually could fit something larger, so we decided to switch it out. We got a great rectangular harvest table. It has these kind of turned legs. It's just such a beautiful piece. It's something I've always dreamed of. What makes it even better is just the meals that we've had around it with family and friends. It's kind of like the heart of our home in a way. And that's very Pinterest worthy, I might add. The kitchen had pretty good bones when we moved in. There's shaker style cabinets. They were white, black granite countertops. I wanted to give it a little bit of a facelift, so we did kind of a mini makeover. All we did was replace the backsplash. We did this subway tile, but it has a handmade feel to it. And we also switched out the knobs as well as the faucet from Rubinet in an unlacquered brass finish, which is just a finish that I adore. I think it really has staying power, and it develops this beautiful patina over time, and I just love it. The previous owners did use it as a breakfast area, but I really wanted to make it more of a decorating moment. So we added in the floating shelves. Those are actually just from IKEA, and just to give them a little bit of zhuzh, we added in some brass brackets. And we also added a built-in bench into the window area. I actually love sitting there and just talking on the phone or just basking in the sunlight. It is also extra storage. We store all of our board games in there, so it's a great spot. We actually use this all the time. Every weekend we eat our breakfast there. It's great that we were able to turn this lackluster nook into a functional space. I love vintage shopping. One of my favorite things that I've found is a piece of vintage art that's in my breakfast nook. I also collect apothecary bottles, as well as brass candlesticks that are on my living room mantle, and I just have them in a cluster there. I actually don't ever want to be finished decorating this home because what's the fun in that? I love decorating, and it was just such a joy to be able to really bring mine and my husband's personality into this space.